What's going on? Welcome to Korean American Expat. So I want to take it back because uh, when I was in America, I remember one time I was like, okay, I'll try this job. But of course, when I worked my other jobs, because I was independent contractor, you know, in like in a week in the summer, I would make over $1,000. But this job, this prick, and I'll call him what should I call him? Yep, Mr. Ree or something. I'll call him that. That would be his name. Mr. Ree's started me up. I'm like $8 an hour, and I'm like, nah, what the hell? I was telling the guy there $8 an hour. No, F that. 10, and I'm just like, really? Okay. So I decided to just do the job. I think it only lasted, 2 months or 3 months? And I would just had to what was I had to do? I forgot what I had to do. Something about mortgages, help people, get their mortgages and how long, or say, hey, this has to go here and that. So it's like a lot of kind of shady dealings too. So yeah, and I'm just working the gig. I just really hated the freaking job. And the guy at the time, yeah, he's just stuck there working. He has nowhere else to go. Well, he could get out of it, but he just kept working there, and I'm just like, okay. So yeah, I would just work from 8 to 5, and then at from 12 to 1 it'll be lunch. So we're like, yeah, get away for lunch, and it was right there in the heart of LA. So it was West LA, and I just really just got so annoyed with that gig. So the first month I'm like, yeah, and it's because at the current time, July, June and July, there was no work for me to do. So I was like, all right, I'll do this. And I just took the metro. I took the bus, got there, and took the subway. I didn't even commute into town unless I felt like it. But most of the times I just commuted by metro, and I had my metro pass and everything. So yeah. So first month, no problem, it's okay, but pay a shit. And I'm used to making thousands of dollars a week for what I do. And then I'm coming to this crap, making $80 a day. So 80, and putting in a lot of hours. So I was like, damn, 8 hours a day. So it was yeah, $80 a day times 5, 400. But it was just, yeah, it was just crap. And then I had to wear a suit, and I have to dress, and I just hated that crap. And then of course, yeah, he was telling some other people, they had to yeah, I need the college degree, and I'm like, what? I ain't sending that crap. Luckily, he didn't make me send it. But other candidates are for an $8 an hour job, this was I think about 12 years ago. He wants transcripts, and I'm like, you gonna pay for the transcript? Because the transcripts cost money, even back in the days in your college. It costs quite a bit to get your transcripts, and I don't even know what it is right now. But there was just so much screwed up crap. I'm like, okay, week in, week out. Second month, I was like, okay, get a hang of it, but I hated the fucking job so bad. I didn't even want to freaking be there at the point. And then the third month, I'm like, okay, it's time for me. And then he goes, okay, let me just X out the day. So, I got a call from my buddies yep, got a gig. So, hey, if you're off for 2 weeks, you can work your gigs. I was like, hell yeah. So I just went and exited out 2.5 weeks, and then homeboy got all freaking pissed off. And then he goes, oh, he said you're fired. I'm like, hell yeah. I'm out of here. I'm going to go work my gig. Screw this. And that was just kind of the harsh lesson. Like, and work, and I'm working for like, I at least can give the ethnicity, a Korean guy. A Korean guy. And of course, he was like treating it like when it was Korea in the 70s, like, you're, of course, he couldn't like physically hit me or, punch me, because that's a no-no. And plus, I'll fight back. I will fight back. I'll be like, I said, this is over, man. I'm like, out of it. So he said, yeah, I'm going to get rid of him. And then, of course, here's a funny thing, because, his mind state is like the old school Korean. So, and he doesn't even know like Korea really changed. And then even like the guys that are like old school, like, you need to dress for success. And I agree with that. But in Korea, for the jobs I'm going for like my English teaching, like, I pretty much just wear a polo shirt and khaki pants. That's it. Or just like my sweats, but it looks like slacks. That's it. And that's what, I figured out. I'm like, yeah, I don't need to dress up for this. And then it's so hot during the summer and then cold in the winter. No. And why? But that third month he fired me, and I'm like, hell yeah. He goes, you can't be telling people to go F off and stuff and this and that. I'm like, okay. And then all his and then at the workplace, there was like a bunch of Korean guys. He goes, yep, you need to learn Korean and stuff. I'm like, yeah, okay. And then when I got here in 2015, and you try to speak Korean, and then people take a dump on you, and you're just like, after a while, I just like, and I've said this in my other videos, I just like lead with English, because I'm just tired of mofos taking a dump on me. And yeah, the Korea that they're trying to prepare me, because they knew I was leaving. And that was another thing. I was like maybe a year away from going to Korea, but I was still doing my other gigs. So they're like, yeah, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I'm just like, and I get here and I'm just like, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like what I expected. Especially for the jobs that I do. I'm working at a bunch of English Hagwons. It is not like this. And I'm just like, nope. And I just like lead with English. I don't even pretend I speak Korean at some of the places. And yeah, majority of the directors just pretty much spoke English to me. Very few directors maybe might not know any English. Now, one time going back, the Hagwon was bought out, but we were just moving, and then we had like 2 Hagwons. I mean, yeah, the Korean guy was like, I want to hire him. I was like, he better hire me as a native speaker, because I'm not working for those damn Korean freaking 10,000 won an hour wages. That's a no-no. Because he thought I was just like a Korean guy that spoke good English. I'm like, no, homie, I'm from the States. I expect to get paid as a native speaker. So that's one of the things. It's like the guys thought they were preparing me for Korea, and it's not the Korea back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And the jobs that were all professional. I was dealing with kids. I wasn't working adults. And then even with the adult jobs, nobody seriously dressed up. It was just like polo shirt and the pants. That was it. We're not in some executive office where, I have to be in a suit. That wasn't the gigs that I was going for. And now, as usual, I just work, independently. But yeah. But those guys thought, okay, I'm going to prepare King for Korea, and they didn't prepare me for Korea. It was just like whatever. Yeah, I had to learn. And then, yeah, and of course, yeah, if I need to speak Korean, I could if I need to. But most of the times, I just decide to just speak English, because they just cater to me. They just do it. And even like sometimes when I went to go get my physical, I need that in English either way. Yeah, even like the lady took a crap on me. He's like, "Why are you speaking informal?" And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna speak English now. I'll make your life miserable. And I just like spoke English for the whole physical. And I go, "Well, tell your lady friend to stop clowning me." And that's just the thing. If I'm sorry, but if a Korean kind of disrespects me and says, "No, you're not speaking the proper form," I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna go full board English on you. Not gonna care. I could like understand everything, but I'm not gonna care. And that's, and yeah, the guys try to prepare me like trying to give me this hard life and hard thing. And it's like, no, homie, no. And plus, I'm like, at the time, I was sorry, I was like, almost like early 30s. I was like, shows like my age now. But I was like, no, I'm too far gone. I'm not some 20-year-old you could just push around. And that was the thing. The kid that I worked with was 20 years old. And then there was some new kid. He was like in his 20s and he didn't have a clue. Like he dressed up and I'm like, yeah, good luck, homie. Good luck. You're not going to have fun at that place. Well, but yeah. So, yeah, that was one of the jobs I just did full time, and I'm just like, okay, that thing didn't even help at all. Those guys didn't prepare me for Korea at all. I just had to go learn on my own, and I just didn't realize how English friendly at least a majority of Korea was to me, compared to my dad in America. He had more of a hard time because even if he spoke little English, he still spoke mostly Korean. And here, I kind of go full board English, but the thing is, I could still survive here. And, even if the Koreans don't speak it, they can understand it and still, they can still help me out if I say, hey, I need to get here. But, we have all the apps and everything. I have Naver, that's the Korean Google. So yeah, that's what I can do, and that's, pretty much how I just now survived. After 10 years, I've survived. And I still kind of just work what I can work and do my jobs and just live the way I live. And yeah, those guys at the job, nah, man, did not prepare me for crap. I just showed up here and I'm like, okay. Yeah, and again, I was trying to speak Korean, and I'm just like, nah, not speaking. After a few years, you try, and then you're like, nah, I'm just better off speaking English. And that's where I'm at, so. Yeah, so I'm a little too far gone, but if I need to, bust out the Korean, I could, but I just don't. And yeah, you do need to learn the language, like a little few words could help. But I've been able to get away with it, even if I know the Korean. It's maybe because I know the Korean, and I just get away with English. And that was like even one thing my buddy told me. One of the guys told me, he's like, yeah, this guy was like half white, half Korean. And he's like, King, I just go English. I just don't try to speak Korean. And then I kind of like took it like, yeah, he had a point. Even if he was half, he was just like, screw this. And yeah, you just spoke English for everything. He even ran a business with a guy, so now he's no longer here. So yeah. All right, so yeah. And tell me your experiences. Now, even if it's Korea or any other country, China, Japan, Thailand, Vietnam, wherever, or even America, tell me your experiences. All right, so everyone, take care, and I'll see you in my next video.